A pilot never starts the engine without a thorough pre-flight inspection. The goal is to eliminate any problems that may occur while the plane is in the air. The slightest problem in flight is too great a risk.
Clear prop.
The same is true for a professional driver. Just as important as the pre-flight, the pre-trip inspection allows the driver to systematically check over the vehicle to make sure it has been properly maintained and is in good running order. With the number and variety of trucks on the road today, idiosyncrasies are unique to each vehicle, so it's important that the driver know and understand their vehicle inside and out. This program will provide the important key elements to a proper and successful pre-trip inspection. We'll call it a circle of safety. Key components, such as developing a routine, dividing the inspection into sections of the vehicle, and knowing what to look for, will be covered. We will demonstrate this method for you in a way that is comprehensive and easy to remember. Knowing what to look for during an inspection makes all the difference between a successful trip and the alternative. During a busy workday, time is of the essence, because after all, time is money. So moving from one destination to another in a timely manner is critical, and complacency becomes very easy. But think about it this way: taking the time to become aware of your surroundings, avoiding distractions, and always circling the vehicle after each stop will not only save you time in the long run, but also the time and money it takes to correct careless mistakes. The same is true as you work with your load throughout the day. It only takes one time to neglect to secure that load for the results to become very time-consuming and consequently very costly. Start in the same place every time you conduct a circle of safety. Follow the same routine before you leave the lot every morning and after each stop during the day. With the vehicle engine off, conduct a thorough once-around. Use a checklist to ensure that you're checking each item. Check the wheel rims, rim locks, or slide ring, looking for items like chips, cracks, dents, or any type of irregularity. Check the tire pressure. Check the tread, looking for proper depth, any cracks or uneven wear. And check the mud flaps. The checklist will also work as a tool for you to note any problems with the vehicle that you can report later, such as in this case, worn tire tread. Proper tire pressure will ensure a safe drive and increase gas mileage. The purpose of mud flaps is to keep surface water and debris, such as gravel, from spraying behind and under the vehicle. If the mud flaps are torn or ragged, they cannot function properly, allowing mud and debris to spray behind the vehicle, putting other cars on the road in harm's way. Check the mirrors. Make sure there are no cracks. They are clean and free of debris, and that the mirror is secure on its base. Check the doors for damage. Do they close properly? Check the running boards, steps, or any railing to make sure they are secure while checking all visible parts around the door. Although many of these practices are really just common sense, as we saw before, becoming complacent can lead to major problems down the road. Check for any irregularities under the truck. Anything loose, anything hanging or dangling, or maybe a foreign object that became lodged on the road. If the truck has gates, each gate and each lock should be checked and secured. Each wheel needs to be inspected individually with the same criteria. Wheel rims, rim locks or slide rings, tire tread, tire pressure, and mud flaps. Remember, many trucks have 4 back tires, so don't forget to check both back tires on both sides. Start by visually checking the back of the truck thoroughly, from top to bottom to underneath. In different climates and on different trucks, many drivers feel more comfortable wearing gloves for warmth, protection, or just habit. Make sure the gloves fit properly and don't get in the way of the inspection. On the back of the vehicle, if it is equipped with a tailgate, a lift gate, or a door, make sure it can be lowered, raised, and secured. If the mechanics are not functioning properly, whether it's raised manually or by hydraulics, find out before leaving so proper repairs can be made. Be cautious and get to know your vehicle. After inspecting, make sure the gate is stowed properly. As you continue the circle of safety on the passenger side of the vehicle, remember to cover all the key elements as listed on your checklist. Make note of any items that need to be checked or repaired. Make certain the fuel cap is secured and complete the inspection of the last wheel. Examine the front of the vehicle carefully, looking for any damage. Make sure there are no cracks in the headlight lenses and they work properly, low and high beams. Check the flashers, reflectors, and emergency flashers all the way around, checking for cracks and anything that would obstruct the light. Make sure they are still reflective and the turn signal covers are not cracked or chipped. This may take a few minutes, but in the long run, knowing all the turn signals work properly is worth the extra effort. Make sure all gear is stowed for transport. Double-check all the equipment needed for the day has been secured. During the day, if anything has been removed from the truck during a stop, make sure it's back in its intended location. Make sure the registration is inside the cab. As the final check, on your way around the vehicle, make sure nothing is behind or too close on any side. When you arrive in a neighborhood, try to park so you don't have to back up to leave. Be aware of your surroundings and any potential problems upon your departure. This way, you eliminate backing up and you can pay special attention watching for toys, bikes, pets, or even young children. By making a circle of safety every time you start the engine, you not only decrease your risk of future problems, but increase your level of confidence. First, check under the truck for any puddles. The engine could be leaking oil, antifreeze, power steering fluid, transmission fluid, or even fuel. Be diligent. This can be a real indicator to current or future problems. Next, check under the hood. Check the oil level, coolant level, power steering fluid level, transmission fluid level, and the windshield washer fluid level. Then check the engine compartment belts. While under the hood, just keep an eye out looking for worn belts, a dirty engine, or anything that looks or seems unusual. Report any unusual findings to your supervisor. Before starting the engine, check to make sure the emergency equipment box is in its proper location. Look inside to make sure all equipment is where it should be. If your vehicle is equipped with a fire extinguisher, make sure the tag is current and the canister is secure. Check the windshield for cracks. Be sure to report the smallest crack, as it can be repaired without having to replace the entire windshield. Once again, the same routine every time. Verify the seat position is right for you. Then check the mirrors, making sure they're in their proper position. Check steering wheel play. Check the wipers. Check the horn. After starting the engine, listen for any irregularities in the engine. Make sure it isn't choked for fuel. Then, check all gauges. If the vehicle is equipped with air brakes, follow proper procedure for examination. Check the parking brake to make sure it works properly, and before leaving, make sure it is disengaged. Check the route to be traveled over the course of the day and the weather report. Extra time may need to be allotted or extra equipment loaded depending on the situation. Knowing the exact destination before leaving is important and should never be looked up or determined while driving. Use safe driving practices. Always wear your seatbelt, buckling up before you leave the lot. A pilot never starts the engine without a thorough pre-flight inspection. The same is true for a professional driver. Developing a pre-trip routine and following it every time the key turns in the ignition will help ensure nothing is left to chance. Perform a circle of safety inspection. And remember, always use safe driving practices.